What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. All right, this is a response to Ticket TV and his video talking about this situation. If you're not subscribed to Ticket TV, please subscribe to Ticket TV. Now, Stephen A. Smith on Twitter said that he would love to see Giannis Antetokounmpo join the Golden State Warriors and form a new super team, right? So that would be Giannis Antetokounmpo. But first of all, let me give a potential scenario, right? Because there was talks that they were interested in trading like D'Lo for like Ben Simmons or something like that. I would assume that they would add something with D'Lo in a trade for Ben Simmons. So let's just say they did that. Let's say they eventually acquired Ben Simmons. I'm just saying, for the sake of argument. And they came off that contract with Draymond Green before they acquired Giannis, some of the Warriors. So let's just say they have a potential team with Giannis. It don't matter who the fuck the center is in this scenario. You have a team with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Ben Simmons, and Iggy's coming back. To me, I don't know about you guys, but that's even more of a super team than when Kevin Durant played there. But interestingly, Stephen A. Smith only saw a problem with Kevin Durant going there. He only saw a problem with Kevin Durant joining the super team, calling it the weakest move in NBA history. Now, let me make it perfectly clear. I didn't like when Kevin Durant did it, and I damn sure wouldn't like if Giannis did this. This is just my mentality. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Kobe Bryant. You know, Kobe Bryant, when he was asked about coming and joining the Lakers, he's like, no, I like to do mine the hard way. I got that old school mentality. You go and play against the best. You don't join up against the best. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I think. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that you can't recruit or join up with some superstars, but guys that are perceived to be your rivals, no, you don't join up with them. But it's probably a generational thing because these guys are buddies now. These guys are generally friends with each other, so they don't have the same rivalry. They don't have that rival instinct that players of the past had. But that's a video. That's a topic for another video. But the thing that gets me to Stephen A. Smith, right? So he's already been a hypocrite with the Kevin Durant situation, right? But this is the same dude, along with Max Kellerman, that lambasted Kyrie Irving recently for saying that they needed a couple more pieces, right? They just said, well, Kyrie. Kyrie, you're a max guy. You're a max guy. What do you mean a couple more pieces? You're going to be you and Kevin Durant, all right? It's going to be you and Kevin Durant. Have you noticed that since Stephen Smith's voices got deeper, it's a little Cosby twang in that bitch now with the New York accent? The then you just add the New York accent and Stephen A. Smith, the deep voice one. It's just utterly insane. You got all these pieces and you're a max guy. But Kyrie Irving needs to shut the fuck up and play because he got Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant should never did that because he's a great player and he don't need to join up with other superstars. He can lead a team of his own. I noticed that in all these situations, the common denominator is Kevin Durant. You know, but at the same time, you feel like Giannis needs help. Giannis, even though the Bucks have the best record in the NBA, the Bucks are 37-6, if I'm not mistaken. 37-6, on pace to win 70 fucking games. Giannis Antetokounmpo was doing with a team where to me, the second best player on that team, to me, is George Hill. Even though They'll say it's Chris Middleton, but to me it's George Hill. But your best players, your best teammates are George Hill and Chris Middleton. All right? Hardly superstars. But you leading this team to a 37-6 record on pace to win 70 fucking games, which would smash the franchise record of 66 by the 71 Milwaukee Bucks with Oscar Robertson, Bob Dandridge, and of course the great Lou Alcindor 1 year before he became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and they won the title that year. But somehow he needs to lead this team and prove his greatness by going to a team that's already great. Or is this? I'm wondering. What is this? Is it more like? And Tiki alluded to this. These guys are trying to play chess. See, they put pressure all those years. You know what I'm saying? They've criticized Kevin Durant for not being able to win a title, right? All right. From 2010, remember Kevin Durant was on Twitter critiquing the LeBron move to Miami. Why guys don't compete anymore? Okay. But Kevin Durant went from that to join the Warriors in 6 years because of the infinite amount of pressure the media puts on these guys to win championships. And if you don't win a championship, you're labeled a loser. It don't matter if you average 25 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, was a beast on the defensive and offensive court, did everything, laid it on the line, went down your shield. I mean, battled in the trenches in the playoffs and put up phenomenal numbers and showed that you're a winner, but your team just wasn't as good as the others. But it don't matter. At the end of the day, they look at the finals record, they look at the playoff losses, and they judge you by that. And so because of the amount of pressure that was on Kevin Durant, in my opinion, he felt pressure to go to the Warriors. And when he did go to the Warriors, all right, he did win 2 championships, 2 final MVPs, but he still didn't get the adoration in the media that he thought he would. And then when LeBron James went to the Western Conference, they pressured Kevin Durant all of a sudden to leave the Warriors because they wanted to make the path as easy as possible for LeBron James. And yes, I'm putting LeBron James in this fucking video. I'm sorry. But what the fuck LeBron got to do with it? He got to do with it. Sorry. He has to do with this story I'm telling, okay, about the media. Sorry, he's just part of it. All right, it's not his fault. I'm not really attacking him. I'm attacking the media because I see what the fuck they do. It ain't me being paranoid. Anybody with an unbiased mind can see what these motherfuckers do. If you've been alive as long as I have, you begin to see the game for what it is. Then Kevin Durant goes to Brooklyn. But the monkey wrench in their plan was they thought that Kawhi was going to go to LA. Well, he did. But he chose to go to the other team. That's why all of a sudden the media is so negative. For the most part, the media turned on Kawhi Leonard. And that's why I think they want Giannis to go to the Warriors. Because they want to make it as impossible. They want to make it as impossible a task for either Durant or Leonard to win a title. Because if Giannis goes to the Warriors, that's a super team. And that's going to make it harder for the Clippers. Because look, let's face it, like LeBron's window of championship opportunities is this probably is his last year. Realistically, this is his last year. After this year, I really see LeBron falling off, man. 18th year of putting up MVP numbers, that's pushing it, man. Biologically speaking, LeBron is a fluke injury away from being a shell of himself. I'm telling you, man, like we got to appreciate LeBron playing the way he is right now, because it can end, when you get old like that, you don't know when it's going to snap off. Okay, so we got to appreciate the greatness that is LeBron James for right now for what it is. But his window of opportunity is narrowing. So LeBron can be out the picture soon. So it's going to be KD, Kawhi, and Giannis. And I honestly don't think, no matter what type of smiley faces and all that type of shit, I don't think Stephen A is all that fond of Kevin Durant. Okay? If you put Giannis on the Warriors, that's a tremendous block for Kawhi and the Clippers. And also, it would probably hinder Durant from winning the title if they made it to the finals. Because if you take Giannis off the Milwaukee Bucks, then by default, Brooklyn probably becomes the favorite to come out of the East. But if you keep going into this team with Giannis, they're not going to win any championships. Plus, a team with Giannis is going to beat that Clippers team. Just too many weapons. But if Giannis stays with the Bucks, Kawhi would probably make it to the finals, and Durant's team could possibly beat Milwaukee's team. Then again, I might be paranoid overthinking shit. But I've been proven right before, and I think it's a pretty good theory. Right? Look, this is my stance, man. At the end of the day, I don't think Giannis is going to leave Milwaukee. I don't think so. But I do think that Milwaukee do need another entity. They need another star. Um, Very rarely has a big man been able to lead a team to a championship, like carrying the team by himself. It has happened. We've seen it. 1994, Hakeem Olajuwon led that Houston Rockets team to a championship against the New York Knicks. Although, if you look at that series, it was more that the Knicks lost that series rather than Houston winning it. And even with the fact there was no other official superstar on it or official all-star on that team other than Hakeem, Oldesthorpe had been an all-star in 92. So he was an all-star level player. And you have to remember who the young guys on that team were as well. You had Sam Cassell, right? An all-star level player for his career. And you had Robert Horry, who was, I think, was in the second year. And Robert Horry would be a fine player for many years to come. Then you had Kenny Smith, of course, Vernon Maxwell. You had some pieces there. All right, Tracy Murray. People forgot he was on that team. So they had a nice squad. And, of course, the 2011 Dallas Mavericks with Dirk Nowitzki. But you got to remember who was on that team, too. You had an old Peja Stojakovic, who was an all-star level player in his prime. You had Jason Kidd, who was a superstar in his prime. All right? So you had pieces on that team. Jason Terry, who was near all-star level in his best years. So you had pieces there. With the Bucks, the best player you really have is Middleton, historically. George Hill's playing, I think, at a career peak this year, but the Bucks do need somebody else, I think. But other than that, though, I think that Giannis is better staying in Milwaukee, creating his own legacy. You know what I'm saying? And also, this got to be said, too. Stop fucking, trying to give Steph Curry help, man. I'm so sick of the passes this dude get. Openly recruiting Giannis to join the Warriors. You're supposed to be a two-time MVP. You're supposed to be a top 10 all-time point guard. Okay? Carry your team on your own shoulders. You can't have both ways. You can't sit there and be the greatest shooter of all time, the greatest three-point shooter of all time, the greatest offensive weapon of all time. All this shit. Well, Curry can make a falling three-pointer over two defenders when he get hot. No one can stop him when he's in fire. His range is incredible. He can shoot from half court. I've never seen anything before like it. But then, but he's so little. He can't handle all that pressure. Oh, he needs some help. Fuck all that shit, man. He's supposed to be a top 30 all-time player, a top 10 all-time point guard. Some have him even higher than that. Lead that team to a finals, or at least prove your greatness. Lead that team along with Klay Thompson. Okay, it's gonna be Steph Curry and Klay Thompson next year. All right, and who else knows the point guard position at this point? That should be enough for them to be contenders, right? That should be enough. Why does Steph Curry need a super team all the fucking time? Fuck that. And if you want to ask me, you know what I'm saying? I think Klay Thompson is better than him. I think he's more. He might not be as great a shooter. He might be a tick below him overall, but he's a better clutch shooter. In elimination games, Klay has to shoot out the. I did some statistical work, like looking at their numbers and shit. And I remember in clutch, or how can I say this? Like in elimination games, Klay Thompson like blows Steph Curry out the water with his percentages. I remember like Curry was like at 37 or 38% 3-point shooting and like 41% shooting overall in elimination games, which are for most people would be decent, but it's below his numbers. And Klay was like at 45% and 45% 3-point shooting or 46% 3-point shooting in elimination games. So basically, what I'm trying to say is Klay is a dude, one of the few guys that when I'm rooting against the Warriors, he strikes fear in my heart. Curry is a little bit of fear, but Klay, my fucking heart is going out of my fucking shirt like a cartoon character and shit. And more often than not, he makes the motherfucker. You know, he may not be as dynamic as Curry is on other things that he could do offensively, but he's a better defensive player. At least the Klay Thompson before this knee injury. And we got to see what type of defensive player he's going to be after this knee injury. But that's it, though, man. That's all I got to say, man. You know, fuck Stephen A. Smith. Giannis, do your thing in Milwaukee. Create your own legacy. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and feel pressured to join some other team, man, and have them use you for a championship and shit like they use Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get on the phone and as soon as they lose to LeBron James and the Cavaliers, oh, we need your help, man. We need some help, man. Come over, help us. And then after you win 2 titles with the motherfucker, we don't need you anyway. Man, fuck them. Win yours the hard way.